Monday for the program, great way to kick off the year. But through all that, did you see the types of things that you wanted to see from your athletes that going forward are positive signs?
Yeah, absolutely. Just to start off the meet, we had throws going on up at the upper field and long jump going on down at the track. And just to see the whole team kind of out there cheering for each other and really just bringing a lot of really positive energy to their teammates who are out on the runways and in the rings. In my experience, that's the kind of stuff that helps elevate the athletes to really dig down deep and pull out those top performances when they're really on center stage. And they both have the pressure of having a lot of people there watching them, but also the support of their teammates and their family and friends, cheering them on, and like with the jumps, getting the clap going and just getting that really high energy atmosphere. That's the kind of stuff that really the athletes remember. That's the stuff that really makes those championship competitions the level that they are, and to be able to kind of recreate that at our little inter-squad scrimmage at the beginning of the year. I think that's just a really good start for the program as a whole, and just really shows that the team has really come together and they're supporting each other really strong. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm curious how you train now, and obviously you've done this every year, but how you get ready to go compete in warmer climates like down in Turlock and things like that. Just what kind of things go into the next couple of weeks, getting everybody ready to kind of go somewhere where it's going to be a little hotter and somewhere else to compete?
Yeah. I don't think we really, at least for all of the shorter explosive events like the sprints, jumps, throws, we don't do a whole lot of preparation specifically for the heat. The longer distance events, absolutely, they have to be keeping that in mind and preparing for that. But for our athletes, and especially these early season meets, just because we're going to Turlock doesn't mean it won't be rainy or be cold or be really windy, because it is still early in the track season. Yeah. But we're really just trying to prepare them with training as hard as we can before we get into our heavy travel and competition part of the season. We have essentially one training cycle left before we start competing. So we have a 4-week cycle where we train really hard for 3 weeks and then we take a recovery week. And we're trying to just get as much good solid work in before we get to our competitive season. Because once that happens, we're going to be on the road pretty much every Friday and Saturday, all day, long days. And sometimes the meets even start on Fridays. We have to travel on Thursdays. Sometimes the meets start on Thursdays. We have to travel on Wednesdays. So it eats up a lot of our training time when we're in the competitive season. So we're trying to just get as much work in now as we can.
Talk about the support you got from the alums and everything this past weekend, green and gold, the whole weekend.
It was really awesome to see how many athletes came back from recent years. We had between, I think, 45 roughly alumni that were in town. A lot of them from, like the last 15 years. And then we had a handful that were from, earlier on in the 90s and the 80s. And it was just really cool to see that throughout all those years, there's that humble connection, that everybody has something that they share in common, with everybody else out there. And their experience as an athlete here, it was a good enough experience that they are really excited to come back and reminisce about those experiences, and to have that reunion and meet with everybody again. It's satisfying, to put on that kind of event. It's a lot of work for me to put on all the mixers and to put on the whole track meet, but it's really worthwhile when you see how much fun the athletes are having, and what a great experience it is for them, and how much positive reinforcement we got from all the alumni at just what an amazing time that they had this weekend, and how grateful they were to have an opportunity to come back and reconnect with each other. So